6 months ago, I made the conscious decision to properly start my YouTube channel. I made this decision to push myself both personally and creatively, and for a new avenue to share my photography work, becoming increasingly bored with platforms like Instagram. I also wanted to improve my video skills. I thought committing to regular YouTube uploads was a really great way to do this. And lastly, above all else, I wanted to push myself outside my comfort zone. I was terribly uncomfortable talking to camera, and I wanted to do something about it.
Hopefully you can join me on this journey as I become a bit more comfortable talking to camera.
If any of these reasons sound like you, regardless of the year, there's no better time than the present to start making and uploading YouTube videos. So in this video, I wanted to go through some of my biggest tips and the biggest lessons that I've learned from starting my YouTube channel this year, and even share some gear that can help get you started. I'm certainly no expert, but I have picked up some valuable lessons that are worth sharing, and that includes things that I wish I had done a little bit better when starting my channel. So lesson 1. Plan your content and set a goal for upload frequency. For me, this was something that I did half well. My goal was to upload a minimum of 1 to 2 videos per fortnight. If I look back to 6 months ago when I first made this commitment, I was able to keep up with that, averaging a video every 1.4 weeks. So this basic goal was enough to keep me on track and keep me uploading regular videos, and something that I strongly suggest doing. Whether it's 1 video per month, 1 video per week, make it something challenging, but make it something that's also achievable for you. Another good question to ask yourself before starting is, what can I offer my audience? Why would people choose to watch your videos? If you can answer this question well, you have a clear direction to start your YouTube channel. Looking back, for me, I wish I had planned my content a little bit better. That goes for video ideas and a bit of a clearer direction for my channel. Lesson 2. Do your research and understand how YouTube works. This one was a pretty big one for me because when I started my YouTube channel and started uploading more regularly, I didn't actually watch many YouTube videos. I didn't understand what worked. I didn't even really know what I liked watching, and therefore I didn't really have a clear direction for my own channel or what I could offer people on YouTube. So I do recommend committing a small portion of time to at least watching some videos, especially stuff that's related to the direction of your channel. That might be photography tutorials or whatever it may be. Of course, this point doesn't mean you fully have to understand YouTube and the complex algorithm, but having a basic understanding will definitely help. The first one being click-through rate. Now, it's important to understand on YouTube that your thumbnail and your title alone is what will determine whether people click on your video or not. So if you have a rubbish title and a rubbish thumbnail, even if you have a killer video, no one's going to click on it, so it's wasted. So that's why your thumbnail and your title are so important. For me, the most simple tip to help with this is actually do a search on YouTube. If you've got a title in mind, start typing it into YouTube, see what suggestions come up as you begin typing, see what other people are using for titles and thumbnails. Use this as a bit of a guide, and this can be very valuable information. The next important thing to understand is once someone clicks on your video, you want to keep them there watching the video for as long as possible. And this is your audience retention rate. With your audience retention rate, that also means cut all the crap, cut anything that's not useful in your video, really trim it back so it's as valuable as possible, which can really help with your retention rate. But those two things alone can be really important in determining whether your video does well, and probably the most important ones to understand when you start out on YouTube. Lesson 3. Having good equipment is useful, but not essential to get started. Yes, having the right gear and equipment will certainly help with the overall quality of your video, but of course, having the latest and greatest gear is definitely not essential for having success on YouTube. The two things that I would definitely look at maybe upgrading over time as you start making more videos and you start getting a little bit more of a budget and can afford them are your audio equipment and also your lighting. Both these things are often overlooked when you first start making videos, but are really important for the overall quality of your video. Until recently, I was rocking this $40 light from Amazon for all my YouTube videos, and it was really great to get me started. In terms of audio, I'm currently using the Blue Yeti Nano for everything I record, like this video at home, which is a USB mic, which is a reasonably cheap option and provides great quality audio for its price. For my on-camera audio, I'm still using a Rode Video Micro, which is a cheaper alternative to the common Video Mic Pro that a lot of people are using, and again provides reasonable quality audio for its price. In summary, don't use gear as an excuse not to start. It's something that you can upgrade along the way. Lesson 4, connect with others and build a network. This point has been super useful for me. I was lucky enough to start my channel at a similar time to a good friend of mine, Julian. If you haven't checked out his channel, I'll pop the link down in the description. So we started YouTube at a similar time and we've really bounced ideas off each other. It really helps having someone else to go on that journey with. More recently, I've started to chat and communicate and really become friends with some more experienced YouTubers, which has been really useful as well. Just hearing some of their advice and hearing what they have to say and just hearing someone else's experience outside your own, which is really helpful if you want to collaborate with someone. It's also really useful if you need a helping hand to film one of your YouTube videos. So this is a really important point and something that I can't stress enough. Try and build a bit of a network or a community, and it will definitely help with your YouTube experience. Lesson 5, above all, enjoy the process and try and ignore the negative chat. So you want to make your process sustainable. And to do that, it does need to be rewarding or enjoyable in some way. So try and enjoy the process. Try and ignore some of the negative chat. Regardless of the size of your channel, whether it's quite small or quite big, it's inevitable that you're going to get some negative comments or some negative feedback. For me, I've noticed that you get a lot more on YouTube compared to, say, another platform like Instagram. Just remember, at the end of the day, some people have nothing better to do than criticize, and it probably reflects a lot more on them than it does on you. Some of it is inevitable on YouTube, so don't let it bring you down and keep doing what you're doing. So those are my 5 tips or lessons for starting YouTube in 2020. We're getting closer to the end of the year, so if you do want to start uploading, make a commitment and start doing it now. Remember to hit that subscribe button if you have enjoyed this. For now, I'm TKNORTH. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you here very soon. Bye for now.